I'm about to share something that very few women ever realize, and it's incredibly powerful. There's a way to speak to a man during intimacy that makes him completely obsessed with you. I'm not talking about manipulation. I'm talking about understanding him, connecting with him, and sparking a kind of desire that goes far beyond the physical. Think about the moments when you've been close to him. Skin on skin, your heart's racing, the world fading away, and imagine saying just one thing, one perfectly timed phrase, and watching his attention lock on you completely. He won't just be attracted, he'll be thinking about you all day, replaying that moment, craving the next time you'll be together. Sounds almost like magic, right? But it's not. It's psychology combined with a little sexy communication that makes a man feel seen, wanted, and irresistibly drawn to you. Here's the truth. Men crave emotional and physical connection, and when you speak directly to that craving, you trigger a response that's almost addictive. It's subtle, it's sexy, and it's incredibly effective. And the good news, you don't have to be anyone other than yourself. You just need to know the right words to say at the right time in a way that feels completely natural. Today, I'm going to teach you 5 phrases and techniques you can use during intimacy that will have him thinking about you nonstop. These are things that create magnetic tension, deepen emotional connection, and make him feel like you're the only woman who truly understands him. They're simple, yet profoundly effective. So stay with me, because once you understand this, intimacy will never feel the same. You'll feel confident, empowered, and in control of your connection, and he'll be drawn to you in a way that's hard to resist. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what to say and when to say it, so that every moment together feels charged, unforgettable, and deeply intoxicating. Are you ready to learn the secrets that make a man obsessed? Good, because what I'm about to share could completely change the way he sees, feels, and desires you. The first secret to making a man completely captivated during intimacy is something surprisingly simple: affirm his desire for you. Women often underestimate this because it sounds almost too basic. But trust me, men are wired to respond to acknowledgement. They want to know that their attraction, their energy, their focus, and their affection are noticed and appreciated. When you validate that, it creates a connection that is electric, immediate, and deeply memorable. Here's how it works. Imagine the moment the two of you are close, everything feels intimate, and you whisper softly, "I love how much you want me." Just a simple phrase like that, when timed perfectly, does something profound. It tells him that his efforts matter, that his attention is valued, and that the desire he's showing is not only welcomed but cherished. Men thrive on this acknowledgement. It feeds their confidence, amplifies their attention, and makes them feel deeply connected to you. Now, the key isn't to repeat it like a script or to overdo it. The magic is in timing and delivery. Say it in the moment when you catch his gaze or when there's a natural pause. Let your tone be soft, intimate, and confident. Don't just speak the words, feel them. Men can sense authenticity from a mile away. If it's genuine, it will resonate. If it feels forced, it loses all power. Another reason this works so well is that men often worry about whether their actions are making you happy. When you affirm his desire, you remove that uncertainty. You tell him without question that what he's doing is exactly what you want. This kind of emotional reassurance builds trust, strengthens the bond, and creates a sense of safety that is rare in intimate moments. And when he feels safe and appreciated, he naturally becomes more attentive, more present, and more drawn to you. Here's a little insider tip: combine your words with eye contact and gentle touches. When your eyes lock with his while you whisper this, it amplifies the effect exponentially. A soft hand on his arm, a tender brush of your fingers across his skin, these small gestures paired with your affirmation make the experience unforgettable. You're creating a memory that lingers long after the moment has passed. Finally, remember, this is not about giving empty compliments. It's about connecting to him emotionally, recognizing his presence, and letting him know he is wanted. Affirming his desire is a powerful tool that, when used correctly, turns attraction into obsession, not in a manipulative way, but in a way that makes him feel genuinely seen, understood, and valued. By mastering this first step, you lay the foundation for deeper intimacy, emotional connection, and a bond that keeps him thinking about you long after the moment ends. It's simple, subtle, and incredibly effective. And it's one of the secrets every woman should know if she wants to create that magnetic pull every man dreams of experiencing. The second key to making a man completely captivated is all about revealing a little secret desire. This isn't about oversharing or being dramatic. It's about creating a sense of intimacy and exclusivity that makes him feel like he has access to something no one else does. When a man feels that he knows a private part of you, a hidden thought or craving, it sparks curiosity, excitement, and a deep emotional pull. Imagine the moment the two of you are close, the energy between you is electric, and you lean in just slightly, your voice soft and intimate. You whisper something like, "I've been thinking about this all day," or "I can't stop imagining you right now." These words do more than just communicate your attraction. They create anticipation and excitement. You're letting him know that he occupies your mind, that he's on your radar in a way that feels personal, thrilling, and deeply flattering. Why this works so effectively is because men naturally want to feel special, wanted, and unique in your eyes. Sharing a small personal desire signals that he is trusted, that he has access to something private and valuable, your inner world. It transforms the moment from a simple physical connection into a layered emotional experience. When a man senses that he's part of something intimate that no one else knows about, it triggers a magnetic pull that makes him more present, more attentive, and more emotionally invested. The secret isn't the exact words, it's the delivery. Keep it playful, soft, and teasing. Let your tone be gentle, slightly breathy, and intimate, so it feels like a private whisper just for him. Avoid over-explaining or repeating yourself. The key is to leave a hint of mystery. Men are naturally drawn to curiosity. They love filling in the blanks with their imagination. The more subtle and intriguing you are, the more he will be drawn to you, wanting to explore and understand you even more. Another tippy: timing is everything. Share your secret desire when the energy is already high, during a touch, a glance, or a soft moment together. This ensures your words feel natural, spontaneous, and emotionally charged. Combine it with gentle physical cues, a brush of your hand, a touch on his chest, or leaning in closer. These small gestures make your words feel alive, real, and irresistible. Finally, remember that this is about connection, not manipulation. You're not trying to control him. You're simply sharing a piece of yourself in a way that deepens intimacy and sparks desire. A subtle reveal of your thoughts, your anticipation, or your feelings creates a bond that keeps him thinking about you, replaying the moment, and looking forward to the next encounter. When done right, revealing a secret desire makes him feel valued, trusted, and uniquely connected to you. It's an intimate invitation into your world, and it's one of the most powerful ways to make him emotionally invested, deeply attentive, completely captivated. The third secret to making a man completely captivated during intimacy is deceptively simple, yet incredibly powerful. Use his name. You might think it's a small detail, but the effect it has is profound. There's something deeply intimate about hearing your own name spoken softly by someone you care about, especially in a private, vulnerable moment. It's a subtle way of creating connection, building attention, and sparking desire. Imagine this: the two of you are close. The room feels quiet except for the rhythm of your breathing, and you whisper his name softly at just the right moment. It might be during a pause, a touch, or even while laughing softly together. Just hearing his name in a voice full of warmth, attention, and closeness signals something powerful. You see him, you know him, and this moment belongs to both of you. Why this works: men are wired to respond emotionally to personal attention. Names are personal, unique, and tied to identity. When you say his name, you're creating a sense of exclusivity, a private connection that is entirely between the two of you. It feels intimate because it's not just any sound, it's a sound that carries meaning, familiarity, and attention. When spoken in the right tone, it can make him feel cherished, valued, and completely present in the moment with you. Here's a tippy: combine it with eye contact and gentle touches. When your eyes meet his as you softly say his name, it amplifies the effect. You're not just speaking words, you're communicating a deeper emotional message. I see you, I feel you, and you matter to me. This creates a magnetic pull that he can't ignore. Timing is key. You don't want to overuse it or say it mechanically. Instead, let it happen naturally. Perhaps he does something small that makes your heart race, and in that moment you whisper his name. Or maybe you're sharing a playful laugh and his name slips softly between your words. The goal is to make it feel effortless, authentic, and deeply connected to the moment. Another reason this works so well is that it subtly communicates exclusivity. In that moment, he is not just anyone in the world, he is him, and he is the only one you're addressing in that way. That emotional specificity creates desire, focus, and a sense of being uniquely connected to you. Men notice these subtleties, even if they can't always put them into words, and it leaves a lasting impression. Finally, remember The magic of using his name isn't about repetition or manipulation. It's about creating presence, intimacy, and a sense of connection that deepens the moment and keeps him captivated long after it ends. A single whispered name, said with warmth and attention, can make him feel like he's the center of your world, and that emotional pull is exactly what makes him obsessed with you. The fourth secret to making a man completely captivated during intimacy is deceptively simple but incredibly powerful. Express genuine pleasure. This isn't about overdoing it or saying things just because you think he wants to hear them. It's about authentically letting him know how he makes you feel, showing appreciation for his attention, energy, and the way he makes you feel connected, desired, and alive. Why this matters so much: men are wired to respond to feedback, not in a critical or controlling way, but in a deeply emotional, connective sense. When he knows that his presence and actions are creating pleasure for you, it reinforces his confidence, his focus, and his desire to give more. It transforms intimacy from a one-sided experience into a shared, electrifying connection. Picture this: a soft smile, a gentle touch, and words like, "That feels amazing," or "I love when you do that." These phrases, when said sincerely, carry enormous emotional weight. They validate him, reassure him, and create a loop where he naturally wants to continue making you feel good. And here's the secret: when you express real pleasure, it doesn't just make him feel appreciated, it makes him feel needed in the most positive sense of the word. Authenticity is key here. Men can sense when words are forced or scripted. The most magnetic expressions of pleasure are those that are spontaneous, tied to the moment, and delivered with warmth. You don't have to say a lot. Sometimes a soft murmur or a simple word of acknowledgement can be far more effective than a long explanation. The tone, timing, and sincerity are what truly matter. Another tip: pair your words with gentle physical cues. A light touch on his arm, a reassuring hand on his shoulder, or leaning in slightly can amplify the emotional impact of your words. These subtle gestures tell him, without exaggeration, that he's doing something that resonates with you. They make the moment feel real, shared, and deeply connected. There's also a psychological aspect here. When a man knows he is giving you pleasure, it creates a feedback loop in his mind. He feels capable, effective, and desirable. That emotional reinforcement naturally increases his attachment to you. He begins to associate his efforts with the joy, comfort, and satisfaction you express, meaning that every interaction becomes more meaningful and memorable. Importantly, expressing pleasure isn't just about the physical, it's about emotional connection. Let him know how he makes you feel seen, valued, and understood. Phrases like, "I love being close to you like this," or "being with you feels so special," elevate intimacy beyond the physical and into the emotional, creating a bond that he will replay in his mind again and again. Finally, remember that this is about connection, authenticity, and presence. Expressing genuine pleasure is not about manipulation. It's about deepening the intimacy between you, making him feel valued, and creating an emotional pull that keeps him thinking about you long after the moment ends. When done right, this simple practice has the power to make him feel completely captivated, emotionally connected, and irresistibly drawn to you. By mastering this fourth point, you create a space where intimacy becomes memorable, meaningful, and magnetic, one where he can't help but feel more connected to you, more attentive, and more captivated by your presence. The fifth and final secret to making a man completely captivated is all about leaving a little tease for later. This is one of the most powerful ways to stay on his mind long after the moment has ended. Think of it as planting a seed of anticipation that keeps him thinking about you, replaying your time together, and looking forward to the next encounter. Here's the idea: after a shared intimate moment, instead of letting everything be complete, leave a subtle hint that the connection isn't over. It doesn't have to be complicated. A soft, playful whisper like, "I can't wait to see you again," or a light-hearted message later in the day can create a magnetic pull that keeps him thinking about you. The key is subtlety. This isn't about pressure or games. It's about creating excitement and curiosity. Why this works: men naturally respond to anticipation. When there's a little mystery, a hint of something to look forward to, it keeps the connection alive. Your presence lingers in his mind because he's thinking about what's coming next, what new moments he will share with you, and how special the next encounter will feel. By leaving a tease, you become not just someone he's physically attracted to, but someone he's emotionally invested in and eager to reconnect with. Timing and delivery are everything. The tease works best when it's natural and connected to the intimacy you just shared. You might whisper it softly in the moment, with a smile or a playful look that tells him you're leaving something unresolved, not as a trick, but as a way to heighten desire and connection. Later, a short, flirty message or a casual comment that hints at your anticipation can reinforce this effect. Another reason this is so effective is that it taps into his imagination. Men naturally fill in the gaps with their thoughts and desires, and a well-placed tease encourages him to replay the moment in his mind, imagining future experiences with you. This mental replay strengthens the emotional bond, making him feel closer to you, even when you're not physically together. Here's a subtle tip: keep it playful and confident. The tease should feel light-hearted, charming, and personal. Avoid being vague or confusing. Instead, frame it in a way that makes him feel special and appreciated, while leaving him eager for what comes next. For example, a gentle whisper like, "I've been thinking about this all day," or a playful smile with, "You're going to have to wait to see what happens next," can create a magnetic effect that lingers in his mind. Finally, remember that the tease is not manipulation. It's about building anticipation, connection, and excitement. It's a way of extending the intimacy beyond the immediate moment, keeping you present in his thoughts and creating a sense of longing that draws him back to you naturally. When combined with the other 4 points, affirming his desire, sharing secret desires using his name, and expressing genuine pleasure, the tease completes the cycle, making him feel emotionally connected, appreciated, and captivated. By mastering this final step, you leave a lasting impression that keeps him thinking about you, wanting more, and feeling a stronger, deeper connection every time you're together. It's subtle, playful, and incredibly effective. The perfect way to make him obsess over you without ever feeling forced. So there you have it, 5 powerful ways to make a man completely captivated and thinking about you long after the moment ends. Remember, affirm his desire, reveal a secret craving, use his name, express genuine pleasure, and leave a playful tease for later. These aren't tricks, they're tools for connection, intimacy, and creating a magnetic bond that keeps him drawn to you in a way that feels natural, exciting, and deeply emotional. The truth is, intimacy isn't just about physical closeness. It's about emotional connection, presence, and making him feel truly seen and valued. When you combine these 5 strategies, you create a level of closeness that most men have never experienced before. You're not manipulating him. You're enhancing the connection, sparking desire, and leaving a lasting impression that makes him want to be with you over and over again. Now, here's the exciting part. It's your turn to put this into action. Practice these steps, make them your own, and notice how he responds. Pay attention to his energy, his focus, and the way he mirrors your words and touches. Every moment becomes more magnetic when you bring awareness, authenticity, and a little playful intention to it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more relationship secrets, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video that can transform your connection with the men in your life. And I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 techniques are you most excited to try? Comment below and share your thoughts. Let's create a community of women who are confident, connected, and unforgettable. Remember, the right words in the right moment can change everything. Start practicing today and watch how the connection, desire, and intimacy grow stronger than ever.